Hello, welcome to Paradive Podcast episode 5, I believe. Um, Today we have a couple things to talk about. Um, I've had a bit of a boring day, but it's allowed me to think a lot. And yeah, I'll go kind of through my notes, just through and through. Um, let's start near the start. Oh, rewiring your brain. I think that's super important because, like, when you're in like a negative mood and you need to get out of it, I think writing's a really good source of that. So, like, if you train yourself to write and write like stream of consciousness journaling, and you're having like a panic attack, if you can train yourself to say yes, but, and just do that constantly, like, my life sucks, but it made me stronger. My life sucks, but I learned taekwondo. Like, this event happened, but I learned Japanese. This event happened, but I made a new friend. I lost this friend, but I got to move country. It's like you gotta find a way to rewire it. And like, if you're having like a panic attack, what I think you should do is get like your notepad out or your phone and just go on Google Docs and just type out your stream of consciousness, like everything that's on your mind while you're having like this panic attack. And then just write until you're kind of tired, like write it for like a minute and a half until you've just exhausted yourself and you just have no more words that can come out your brain, and then write. But because all that happened, I learned Spanish and went to, Europe and traveled here and talked to these people. Then I met these people because I was angry at the situation, and then I met these people at this coffee shop and I got their number, and then I went to this party because of that event, and then that party led me to this, and it allowed me to invite this person. That you got to find a way to reroute your mind to do that, and that just works in any context, anything. So yeah, like, I really like that quote at the end of Gravity Falls season 1. It's the penultimate episode. Like, Stan is like kind of bullying Dipper, but he's doing it to like make him a better man. And then he says like, "That's why I'm so hard on Dipper, because when the world fights, I want him to fight back." And like, I think you have to do it with your own mind. Like, learn when your mind attacks you, learn to fight back. Like, fight back with your words. Like, get the words out and reroute the words. So yeah, just a little tidbit on that. Blueprints of success. The idea of just kind of following a blueprint that's laid out for you, like someone ahead of your game. I think rappers do this a lot. I notice, like, because you can kind of follow their career. You can see exactly what they did, what songs they appeared on, like who they featured on, which songs, the mixtapes they released. And you can kind of copy the blueprint. Like, that's kind of what like guys like Jay-Z are talking about. Like, hey, watch how I rose to success, and like copy me and mirror me and do it in your own way. I think this applies to every field of mastery. Like, find the masters and like copy their blueprint and just do what needs to be done and put your own spin on it. So find a blueprint that works and just take the risks associated with that blueprint, and then try and like advance the blueprint, like try and evolve it. That's the whole purpose. Evolution. Like, mix all your weird traits and combinations together and try and create a purpose out of it. Like, for example, every background I keep using is from like my old artwork saved folder. So stuff I've just been saving for years. Like, it's like I decided to finally use it. Let's just put a background on these talks so it can have a little intrigue that you have to build your new life from the ground up. And yeah, this is a bit too esoteric to mention. Sometimes I write like script prompts, and then sometimes I write just kind of stream of consciousness, wall of text. Think dope thoughts. I like that. I like the wording of that. Like, if you want to be dope, like, think the dopest thoughts possible. Focus your vision and thoughts. Create beauty in suffering. Write your way to victory. Go insane, then go uninsane through the same means and method. Sometimes life repeats situations in like epochs. So like a situation you faced like 10 years ago, life will present it to you again to like test you, to see how you've grown, to see how you'll attempt it this time after the growth. I think some things happen in decades. So sometimes you'll be faced with like a 10-year situation. Very much like if I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. Like, we can throw in some Kanye lyrics in this one. Um, One lyric I was thinking about earlier, the Touch the Sky one. I'm trying to right my wrongs, but it's funny them same wrongs help me write this song. And like, doesn't that go for everything? It's like you're trying to fix everything. You're trying to right your wrongs. You're trying to My Name Is Earl your life, but in doing that is how you create your legacy. Like, trying to fix your mistakes is how you build your business or your legacy or your art or artwork. Like, trying to make amends. Like, you broke something, you hurt someone, you betrayed someone, and like all your artwork, all your music, all your designs, all your clothing is kind of oriented to like say sorry or make amends or make them forgive you or create enough art and put it out there that the world forgives you or something, or make you forgive yourself. It's your own atonement in the end. You're atoning to yourself for yourself. So in a way, yeah, like your wrongs are what allowed you to create the art in the first place. This is a bit more like an aggressive thought, but like I think as you get older, you get less naive, and you're like, okay, we do kind of live in a world of appearances. First impressions are extremely important, and you sort of can manipulate people. Like, once you learn it, you think, oh no, but you can't do that. But like, manipulation doesn't mean malevolent. It just means like manipulation. Like, wearing a suit to an interview is manipulation, because it's like, hey, look at me, I'm presenting myself this way. Like, everything's manipulation. Speaking with a posher accent is manipulation. Dressing nicely is manipulation. Like you're trying to appear more confident, more collected than you are, and maybe you are, or maybe it's something you want to be, but like, everything's manipulation. Like, so you get to a point where like, okay, this world is a world of appearances, first impressions, stereotypes, and mental justifications for those stereotypes. People just want the easy way out. People will always take the path of least resistance. So if you want to get like a job or apply for something, you have to play the game. You have to play the game to its like rules. Like, you're in this game, you were born, you exist, you're in the game whether you want to be or not. So you just have to learn the rules and play the best cards you can. Otherwise, you will end up like homeless and jobless, because if you're not playing the game, if you're just neglecting it, it's like, then the game rules you, it overruns you. So you have to play the game. You can't drop out of the game, because the game is all there is what I'm saying. So basically, like, be strategic about your life. Be very pragmatic and strategic about it. Like, know how you're perceived, know what you're wearing, know how you're seen by others. Like, test the waters, like, try different things, try different sentence structures, try different personas, try being the posh guy, try being the chavvy guy, try different things and see what works and what fits. Disregard what doesn't work and keep what does. That's the best, like, way I see it now. I see life very pragmatically, and you have to kind of do pragmatic things. I think we talked about that last time. This is a shopping list. I threw it in the middle. I like to just use one document for everything. So like, whatever I do in that day, I like to just throw it all in one document, just have it all together. I mean, it's probably disorganized, but it works for me. The program. So I think with relationships, you shouldn't see them as super special and meaningful. I mean, you should, but like, you are replaceable. In the exact same way an employee can be replaced, a boyfriend or a girlfriend can be replaced. It's like, they serve a purpose. It's like a person moves to a new country and they're used to having like a partner. So it's like, they get a partner because it's a role that needs to be filled in their life. It's like, oh, I used to have a partner, but I had to move and we had to break up. So it's like, maybe it's not like out of love, and love can be involved, but it's not necessarily out of love. It's just out of like fulfillment of the role. It's like, someone needs to serve the coffees at this place. So, someone needs to be the boyfriend right now. So it's like, the role is filled. You have to kind of detach this like super sentimental meaning of it. Like, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, we're in love, we're dating. Because it's like, if it wasn't you, she would just find someone with similar traits to you who lives closer to her house or has a nicer smile. It's like, it's so, you're not special. You're truly not. There's 4 other billion people of your gender. Like, you are replaceable. Like, you are replaceable. And that's kind of a dark truth you have to accept. Like, you are. Like, it's just true. If you're not fitting all the needs of this person, and you're being a bit too, like, if you're not their path of least resistance, like, if there's too much resistance and they have to, like, put in too much effort to be with you and be around you, they're just gonna find someone who's a way easier path of resistance. Like, it's like, oh, it's really easy, it just feels natural with them. And yeah, so yeah, you just have to accept that idea. Anyway, sever your relationship with the past. If you're struggling with certain issues, just learn, like, try everything. Learn how to sever yourself from the past, because the past is not coming back. So, yeah. Detach. Find a way to do it. Create work that does it for you. Hypersensitivity. This is something I want to kind of spread, because I think it's not well known. It's like, there are people who are hypersensitive and they feel feelings way more intensely than other people. Like, happiness may or may not be negligibly increased, but then so is sadness. So it's like, aggression is increased. Like, even like a pinprick, like if someone pricks you on the arm, it feels, there's literal more, I don't know, pain units that reach your brain than a person who doesn't have hypersensitivity. Like, it's a real thing and it's been studied. Like, some people are hypersensitive. They feel more intensely than others. And I think this applies to everything. I think it applies to nostalgia. I think I'm hypersensitive. So, like, when I feel nostalgic, longing, it's like yearning, I think I feel it more intensely than other people. Like, it feels extremely painful to me to feel nostalgia. Like, I really don't enjoy it. I don't even like feeling my feelings, to be honest. I don't want to turn this into too much of a therapy session, but, like, every time I try and feel my feelings, it just doesn't go well. Indie music is ruined for me forever. It used to be my favorite genre, but, like, now it's too melancholic. It's too, like, remember that time? Remember when we were teen? Like, all indie music is like 2-5-1 progression with some guitars with that stroke style. It's like, hey, remember when we were younger in the past and these memories we made? Like, it's all so nostalgic and sad. Like, I'm at the point where I just want to listen to, like, rock and hip hop, because it's just it just makes me depressed. You know, I used to love it so much, but it just makes me depressed now. So yeah, maybe I'm hypersensitive to, like, nostalgia. I think that's probably it. Yeah, sever your connection with the past. Stop trying to live in other people's value systems. Just, yeah, do your own thing. Learn how to, like, reroute your own mind from these, like, hypersensitive, depressive moments. Like, you know, rewrite your whole reality into something nicer. Don't let other people's interpretation of you run your world. Like, if someone perceives you a certain way, you don't have to be that way. It's not necessary. Just, yeah. Do your own, like, yeah. And with the whole partner thing, like, people will find their partner. Like, if they don't want to go on adventures with you, they'll just find someone else to do it with. Like, you are replaceable. Like, this is like a program. Like, I don't want to get too matrixy, but, like, this is like, you are watching a TV show. This is the Truman Show, basically. Like, another character will replace the role they wanted you to play. Like, if you can't be the girlfriend or the boyfriend, and you're not hitting every mark, you're not ticking off the boxes, it's like, okay, they'll just go on Hinge and just find someone else, because it's easy. So yeah, I don't know, you have to rewire this reality, because there's clearly something wrong. So yeah, do what you can. Use the internet to your advantage. Sever your connection with the past and let go. Just detach forever. Find your own form of therapy and do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was good. Talked about rewiring, talked about pragmatism, just be pragmatic, strategize your life if you need to. Squeeze every potential out of reality as you can. Yeah. I think I'm just rambling at this point, so I think I will end it there, guys. Cool. Yeah. One last thing. Yeah, just use every advantage you've got. Like, if you know this works on your specific brain. Like if going on that website, or like looking at cool pictures of art, or like having like a salt lamp, or anything, just anything that works for you specifically, like use it and utilize all your strategies all at once. Like if you know this exact daily routine works for you, then do that routine, even if it's weird as fuck. Like even if it's a really weird routine that involves like standing on the ceiling and doing sit-ups, and like if it works for you and you've experimented with it and it works for your like blueprint of like psychology, if it works for your specific brain chemistry, then do it. Just do it. Just find what works for you and just push it to its max and just see what happens. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Good night. Love you.